Hello friends, SentinalH here, and welcome back to our Revolution 3 Let's Play with Shiva. Say hi.
Hello.
We're back to try and continue to solve our problems and get this hydro power set up. Now that we know a bit more about how the systems work, I'll be able to do that. So let's. I'm gonna head inside and we'll talk about it a little bit. Take a look. Shiva's gonna keep tweaking our canola farm just to kind of try and optimize
Right now
it.
I do have the solar tower set up that I wanted to do, but right now I'm just waiting for smelted so it will be made.
Right.
There's a block missing on this somewhere.
So basically, with what Reika has, what we found out is that when it comes to electricraft, the reason why the motor was still overheating is that even though it doesn't produce any power of its own, the induction generator counts as a power source along with the hydrokinetic engines. So that instead of 4 power sources, the motor was seeing 5 power sources, which was overheating it. So the way that we'll get around this is simply by chopping one off. So I'm going to go...
Oh, this is weird. Oh, there's the problem.
What's weird?
Oh, my casting temple here was
What the
broken.
heck?
It wasn't really... What?
How did one of the blocks of water... How are the blocks of water at the top of this waterfall freezing?
I do not know.
I need heat lilies. You got some heat lilies sitting around, don't you?
Yeah, I got like a stack in it, a little over a stack.
Yeah, a couple of
heat
lilies for the top there.
I'm now fixing my casting temple.
I don't know how that happened. There we go. Heat lilies. I'll just grab.
Weirdly, some of the blocks on my casting temple are missing.
That's
here.
Odd. Heat lilies. Yeah. Where are the rest of them? There they are. Okay, we'll get these heat lilies set up, and then it won't be frozen anymore. I have no idea. Well, I'm sure they froze because it's in a snow biome. Yeah.
Is there lights up there?
Yeah, there's lights, but they're not close enough. I didn't really give it a whole lot of thought when I set this up. Put the heat lilies down.
There we go. Now my casting table's fixed.
The heck?
Oh, just a heads up for anyone
Why
who's
is there
building...
ice there?
What's wrong?
Well, for some reason, ice was being generated in other areas. It's very strange. I got heat lilies. Well, how is it refreezing?
And it takes time for them to react. Maybe we need more than one.
The heat lily is supposed to melt this ice.
Unless it was changed.
Ice is being generated.
Well, remember we have upgrade rev.
Ice is being generated right next to this heat lily. The heat lily is not working as intended. At least it doesn't appear to be. All right, what else can I use? I'll just grab some. I'll just grab some
put a lot of, like,
glows.
yeah, that might work.
All right, let's grab some glows.
Let's see. Tile XL lovers.
You got the resources for that? Like, are you at that point of progression too? You're like right at the end?
Yeah, remember at the certain point we cheated the progression because we were that far along and it kept on breaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm at that point and
Nice.
I just it's gonna take a while to make it.
I would think so, yes. Yeah, these heat lilies are not... Well, this one finally did it. But it's still not...
Yeah, like I said, it takes time.
It's still not working right. Do. That's kind of what it sounds like when I place these down.
Ambient lumens.
This is getting frustrating.
Computer. World rifts. Ah, here we go. Tile accelerators. Oh yeah, they're pretty cheap actually. If you once you look.
Tile accelerators cheap?
Let's see, mineral extract enricher, performance enhancer, capacity booster. Hang on, I'm just trying to
Why
find it.
isn't it
I think
working?
oh.
It doesn't seem to matter.
Yes, tau accelerators. It's just iron, a void, a crystal star, and some diamonds to start off with, and some boosted shards of gaso, which I have all that.
Heck. I really don't get what's happening here. But oh well, it still works. I'll just leave it. It's still high enough. It's still working.
Star, diamond.
Okay, I just need to take one of these off. Of each stack. So instead of running 4 on each motor, we're only going to end up running 3. That way it works out. Alright. I think that does mean that we can't get, I don't know.
What do you mean?
I gotta see what happens. I'll probably have to refigure out the gear ratio. I doubt the same gear ratio will still work. Because now we've got less power and we're still, yeah, I don't know.
If I can't use the tile accelerators, can we make lube with? Didn't we find out we can make lube with flame fabricators?
Well, you can probably make it. I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna fire this up and we'll see if it works. I'll see if it just works right off the bat. It probably won't. Nothing ever works right off the bat.
First tile accelerator would be made, and I need to fix you.
I mean, nothing ever works the first go, so we'll see what happens here. Oh, come on, you've got no reason to be giving me that.
What's wrong?
Well, it's still doing it. It's still doing the heat thing. The overheating thing. No, that is not right. Oh, what's happening here now? Why is the water all screwed up?
What do you mean?
It's because this ice is generating and remelting. What the heck? Gotta put a piece of stone up here so I can't make ice there. I don't know why it even did. Oh, good lord. It's gonna be a nightmare cleaning this up. Why is nothing working right?
I know. This is one of those days.
3 hydros plus an induction generator. That's a total number of 4. Alright? It should not be giving me the hissing sound.
Unless it's not talking about the actual generator itself, and out. Unless also the output is counting.
Getting a million volts at 1 amp. Should be generating me some power. I have no idea what's going on.
I have no idea why my network isn't outputting. Wait, why is there a relay here?
Unless it just doesn't like the fact that all the other ones are plugged in. But that doesn't make any sense because they're not actually doing anything. Break all the other ones. Get rid of any possible reason. What's up with that? Why is it making that sound? Why does stuff sound like it's breaking? It's not. Nothing is getting damaged. But it sounds like stuff is getting damaged. I'm starting to get real frustrated. Tell you that much. There we go. That's what it was. That's really
What
dumb.
What's
Well,
wrong?
even though they weren't on, this thing still cared that we had all these generators plugged in that weren't even running, apparently. Because now that I got rid of them, everything's working fine. I think that's stupid. But anyway, maybe that's the limitation of how it can be programmed. Alright, so we're finally getting 1.048 megawatts. I don't really agree with that. Are we supposed to be getting... Well, no, we're not going to get 2 megawatts because we're running less... one less hydro, but it feels like we should still be getting more than that. I don't know, maybe I'm just... 'cause shouldn't I have to change... I should have to change that gear ratio. Like, the gear ratio can't... It shouldn't be the same, should it? I don't think it should be the same, because...
No, you shouldn't. It shouldn't.
I'll have less torque. I have less torque now, so it should be different. But no, it still works. Oh, but we're not getting as much power, I don't think, because the stupid waterfalls aren't falling from as high. But that shouldn't be a problem. They're still falling from high enough. Alright, so I can get... Right now I'm down to 12 Newton meters. I gotta try and get as close to 8 as possible, but I can't... There's no way I can get down to 8. I can't be less than 8, because if I'm less than 8, then it's not going to be right. Right now I've got 3 16-to-1s to get me down to 12. We're still only running 1 amp? Well, now the torque's dropped down to 4. What the heck is going on? It's doing that thing again. Nothing is getting damaged. Why is my torque down to 4? It's like they're running at a different speed. And one of them just stopped running. That was really weird. Why did one stop running for no reason? Back up to 12 Newton meters.
Try giving the full access to that barrel of lube I gave you. Maybe that fixes things.
Induction motor's running. I need another dynamometer. Do we have another dynamometer somewhere?
Look at the system.
I need 2. I need 1 at the end and 1 at the front. I need to see how much power we're gonna lose. So it's, I don't know why it's at 1 amp. Oh, it's probably at 1 amp because it's probably still at 1 amp because it goes up to 2 amps at 16, and I'm less than 16. Yeah, we got some more. So I'm at 12, which is greater than 8 but less than 16. So it's not going to push the amperage up to 2. Doesn't that mean I'm getting some power? Doesn't that mean some power is just evaporating? Technically?
Yeah, sounds like it.
Because being at 12 torque doesn't translate to any additional amperage, which means that we're going to get less power out the other end. At least I think that's what that means. So we're using 1.5 at the moment. At the other end we're getting... Why are we getting 8 Newton meters of torque? Well, of course we're getting 8 Newton meters of torque out the end because it doesn't work in multiples of 12. It works in multiples of 8. So because it's got 1 amp, we're getting 8 Newton meters of torque. That's where the power loss is coming in. Because our hydros are running at 12 Newton meters. But only 8 of that is going to be converted into power. So we're basically losing 4 Newton meters of torque just to the ether. Definitely a side effect of running 3 instead of 4. Running 3 will never get the right ratio. So it doesn't solve our problems. It solves the heat issue, but it doesn't. It causes more power loss because 4 Newton meters of torque is just sort of evaporating, sort of being lost. Why is it doing that again? What causes that to happen? I have no idea what's going on. I don't know why. Every once in a while they just start jittering. They just start making that noise and break. Oh, freaking. Oh, that's what's going on. It's because the freaking water at the top. It's because the water is freezing and unfreezing. It's because the water is freezing and unfreezing at the top of the stack. Causes the one water wheel to be running, to have one less block of water over it. But I thought we were far enough down that even that is 64. Man, I don't know. Yeah, see, there it goes. And as a result, we don't get any power because the system thinks we're running at 4 Newton meters. And the only way to fix that, right, unless we can figure out why it keeps refreezing, is to go down to 2 hydros. Now we're at 8 Newton meters, 1.049 megawatts. And we'll get a very similar amount at the end. 1.048 Newton meters, 8 megawatts. So 1.049 megawatts going in, 1.048 megawatts coming out, but we're only running 2 hydros on a stack. It's like, holy cow, it's going to take a ton of induction generators. But it's like, until we solve the issues, it might be the best solution. Man.
We're looking at the config, see if there's options to fix that.
Well, it is working now, but only at 2 hydros because that stupid water keeps freezing and unfreezing. If only it wasn't doing that. Very disappointing. All these weird issues are coming together to totally screw us up. Oh well.
I have a few spares.
Anyway, it is sort of working now, I guess. Sort of. 3 16:1 gearboxes are required for this, or an equivalent ratio. If we made, let's see, 16 times 16 times 16. So what gear ratio is this? It's a pretty huge gear ratio, isn't it? This is why I usually end up skipping hydros. I feel like they're more work than what you get out of them, compared to some other things that are easier to set up. I mean, sure, getting jet fuel isn't all that easy, but once you get it, it's simply...
Well, I am building this melted sodium tower.
I don't want all this hard work to be for nothing, though. I want to get this hydro thing set up.